A flashback sequence in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6 describes what happened to Eugene and explains why Gail was so upset with Joel after her husband passed away. Joe Pantoliano plays the character from The Last of Us Season 2, and Eugene makes his first official appearance in the episode. Joel killed Eugene, Gail's ex-husband, prior to the events of The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6, as we knew before his debut. Gail, played by Catherine O'Hara, Jackson's resident therapist, has changed since Eugene's passing. Nevertheless, because of what happened to Eugene, she still harbors resentment toward Joel, one of her clients. The details of Eugene's death and the reasons behind Gail's problems with Joel are finally revealed in the 6th episode of Season 2. Given that Gail has seen multiple arguments between Ellie and Joel up close, it also helps to explain why she is so aware of their complex relationship when she meets with Ellie after Joel's passing. Joel takes Ellie on her first official patrol in Episode 6 of The Last of Us Season 2, which features the 5th flashback sequence. Joel insisted that she must wait until she was older, even though she had been pleading to join the crew for years. On Ellie's 19th birthday, Joel goes with her to teach her the ropes on one of the safer trails. Joel and Ellie are informed during the patrol run that Eugene and his partner require backup because of an infected attack. As the audience is aware, Eugene does not fare well. Joel and Ellie see Adam, the other man, dragged by his horse and appearing to be dead before they locate Eugene. Although Eugene is not yet exhibiting symptoms of the Cordyceps infection, they later learn that he has been bitten in the side. Even though he is aware of how serious the situation is, Eugene still asks to go back to Jackson to bid his wife farewell despite the infected bite. They persuade Joel to bring Eugene back after Ellie assists in demonstrating that he still has some time left. Joel assures Ellie that he will remain with Eugene until she returns with their horses, despite Ellie's reluctance to the plan. Joel leads Eugene to a picturesque ledge where he kills the man, but he has no intention of keeping his word. Joel responds to the man's plea to see his wife again by saying, "If you love someone, you can always see their face." Joel shoots and kills Eugene before he becomes infected because he knows there is no way to save him or return him to Jackson in time. It makes sense that Joel's breach of his promise regarding Eugene has upset Ellie. Furthermore, Joel's lies about Salt Lake City have already caused Ellie to feel frustrated and angry, so the Eugene incident serves as the tipping point. Joel gives Gail a made-up story about Eugene's death when they bring his body back, saying that her husband killed himself after getting bitten and making up his final words to tell her. Until Ellie reveals that Joel is lying about Eugene's death, Gail believes the story. When Gail finds out what actually happened to Eugene, she becomes even more upset and even slaps Joel because she is already inconsolable. It makes perfect sense that Gail wouldn't fully trust Joel during their therapy sessions after that encounter. It's actually astonishing that Gail would consent to see and speak with Joel after learning the truth about Eugene's passing. Joel didn't manage the situation well, even though the man was not going to live. Joel has little choice but to kill Eugene, as was hinted at earlier in Season 2 of The Last of Us. Death is the only possible outcome unless the show's plans to replicate Ellie's immunity are revealed. The man was bitten. Eugene would have had to be killed soon after the tragic turn of events if Joel hadn't intervened. Joel ultimately takes the necessary action with Eugene, particularly when it means endangering Gail and everyone else. But Joel could have handled the situation more effectively. Joel should never have assured Ellie that they could bring Eugene back to see Gail one last time, for starters. Joel's decision to lie to Ellie only serves to exacerbate the tension that already exists between them at this point in The Last of Us. Lying to Gail makes some sense because he's attempting to shield her from further suffering, but he should have kept the details to a minimum unless he was positive Ellie would believe his version of events.